and General Brunson. How is this impacting our ability to maintain our deterrent capability in the region? And then an even bigger problem, to my mind, is how this has impacted our partnerships and alliances. We stumbled into this war, have no idea how to get out of it. Didn't have any idea how to get out of it when it started. We have even less of an idea today. The chaotic, plans that the president has been laying out in the last week, it's all over. They've agreed to everything. They've agreed to nothing. We're not talking. I will not extend the ceasefire. Or I will extend the ceasefire. I'm extending it forever. The message that sends to the world is that we are not a reliable partner. We don't know what we're doing. And then the worst part of it is the absolute contempt that the president has shown for the entire world, but certainly for Asia. He points out, look, it's not our problem, it's their problem. They're more dependent upon Gulf oil than we are, and that's true. It is true. The rest of the world is getting hit economically a lot harder by our stupid war of choice in the Middle East than we are. That's not something to brag about if you want to try to build partnerships and alliances. At a minimum, it's something to say, hey, sorry, how can we help? Right? Is there something we can do to mitigate these damages? So the war in the Middle East is causing enormous problems, not just there, but in the Indo-Pacific as well. And it's something we're going to have to work really hard to try and fix as we go forward. With that, I look forward to the testimony from the witnesses and the questions, and I thank the chairman for holding the hearing, and I yield back.
I thank the ranking member. Just as a situational awareness, we're expecting votes at approximately 11:20. When votes are called, we will briefly recess before reconvening for open session. We'll come back, excuse me, take some more questions. Then about 12:50, we will recess or adjourn the open session, and 1 o'clock convene in the classified session. But we'll get as many members and their questions in before that time as possible. Now I'd like to introduce our witnesses. We have the Honorable John Noe, who is the Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Indo-Pacific Security Affairs. We have Admiral Paparo back with us, who is the Commander of U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, and General Brunson, who is Commander of United Nations Command, Combined Forces Command, and the United States Forces Korea. With that, Mr. Noe, we'll start with you for any opening statements you may have.
Chairman Rogers, Ranking Member Smith, and distinguished members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to be here today to discuss how the Department of War is preserving a favorable balance of power in the Indo-Pacific and implementing President Trump's common sense, peace through strength agenda in this vital region. It is a distinct honor to speak with you alongside Admiral Paparo and General Brunson. Let me begin by reaffirming our clear mission as laid out in the 2026 National Defense Strategy. The Department of War will deter China through strength, not confrontation, and set the conditions for a favorable balance of power in the Indo-Pacific, in which no country, including China, can become a regional hegemon. This is not for the purpose of dominating or humiliating China. Rather, it is to defend our vital national interests in the Indo-Pacific and ensure that neither China nor anyone else can dominate us or our allies. We are clear-eyed about China's unprecedented military buildup, and it is our responsibility at the Department of War to ensure that the President is always negotiating from a position of unquestionable military strength to sustain peace in the Indo-Pacific. This requires, as the NDS clearly states, erecting a strong denial defense in the Indo-Pacific with a focus on the first island chain. We will accelerate efforts to strengthen U.S. force posture across the theater, to increase the joint forces' lethality and optionality, to deny aggression and, if necessary, prevail. This means ensuring we have combat-credible military forces postured forward, resilient basing and logistics networks, and advanced capabilities where we need them. The U.S. military cannot and should not alone sustain a favorable balance of power, which is fundamentally in our regional allies and partners' interests. The Department has called upon our allies and partners to expand their contributions to our collective defense and to share the burden of restoring and sustaining deterrence in the Indo-Pacific. We will work closely with them to bolster their readiness enhance our interoperability, and revitalize our collective industrial bases. And we will count on the most wealthy and capable among them to meet the global standard of 3.5% defense spending and to take greater responsibility for their self-defense. The Secretary has made clear that America first does not mean America only or America alone. It means an America supported by and standing with a network of highly capable armed forces ready to defend our shared interests. This is what the Department and the team seated here before you today is delivering with the utmost urgency and focus. Thank you for your support and leadership and for the opportunity to testify before you today. I greatly appreciate your continued commitment to and support for the men and women of the Department of War. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Mr. No. Admiral Paparo, you're up.
Good morning, Chairman, Ranking Member, and members of the committee. Thanks very much for the opportunity to speak with you today. I'll just call attention very briefly to Sergeant Major Cook and the other sergeants majors aligned behind me. His charge is the morale of the fighting force, that combination of physical, mental, and spiritual readiness that is at the heart of the joint force. And the enlisted and the non-commissioned officers are the heart, body, and soul of the joint force. I'd like to also acknowledge all of the tireless professionals arrayed behind us that help make today possible for us all. The Indo-Pacific is indeed the defining strategic theater in the 21st century, and it's where the 4 lines of effort of the National Defense Strategy converge: safeguarding the U.S. homeland, deterring China, deepening burden sharing with our allies and our partners, and supercharging the defense industrial base. Indo-PACOM strategy is clear: deter China from achieving its objectives through military aggression as we watch for the strategic cooperation among the Axis powers, not Axis powers, among the powers, China, Russia, North Korea, Iran, and terror groups. Deterrence is our highest duty. We deter with dynamic combat power, conducting operations every day across all domains. Our allies and partners increase our combat capability and capacity. They help expand the maneuver space, they extend our operational reach, and they strengthen deterrence. Just yesterday, we began the largest Bala-Katan exercise ever, shoulder to shoulder in Tagalog. This exercise demonstrates a significant leap in allied firepower, integrating U.S. land-based Tomahawks with Philippine BrahMos missiles and Japanese anti-ship missiles. Our alliances are rapidly fielding advanced